Thank you for being here. This practice is invitational, so if anything at any point that I offer doesn't feel good or supportive of what you need or what you want, I invite you to find movement, take options that would better suit that. This practice will work a lot into trikonasana or triangle and lots of different variations of that. So we'll be getting a lot into the side body, into the shoulders, into the obliques. So again, if you have different things going on in your body, please take options and modify as you see fit. With that, we'll go ahead and get started in a child's pose. So bringing the big toes to touch, taking your knees as wide as you would like. Walking the hands forward, maybe your forehead rests on the mat. Letting your belly soften onto your thighs and maybe closing down the eyes or softening the gaze. Beginning to turn your awareness towards your breath, your inhales and your exhales. Letting your awareness settle here. And so maybe that means you need to let go of some distractions or any thoughts about what happened before this or what will happen after this practice. Really getting clear with your intention for this practice. Getting clear that our focus right now is on our breath. Maybe seeing on your next inhale if you can sip in even more air, filling all the way up through the belly and the heart. And then on your exhale, your belly softens back towards your spine, letting it all go. Big inhale, filling all the way up through the nose. And exhale, letting it go. We'll take one more like that. Inhale, filling all the way up through the belly, the heart, the throat. And exhale, emptying out. The next inhale will grow nice and long through the arms and the fingertips, maybe elbows lift. And with the exhale, walking the hands over towards the right side of the mat. Settling here and really sending your weight back towards that left heel. Option to bring the left hand on top of the right to open up even more through that side body. One deep breath here. Next inhale, walking the hands back through center, and with the exhale, continuing to walk them over towards the left side of the mat. Option to bring right hand on top of left. Really letting the right ribs and armpit open and expand. Next inhale, walking the hands back through center. And with the exhale, really pressing through the palms to send the hips back even more towards your heels. Still pressing through the palms. Next inhale, we'll roll up through a cat, rounding the spine. And exhale, we'll tuck the toes, cow, hips sink towards heels, maybe adjusting the knees closer underneath the hips. Inhale, rolling forward to cat. And exhale, shoulder blades roll down the spine, hips sink towards heels, face stays soft. And continuing to move here on your own breath, own time. letting the breath guide the movement. Taking any other shapes or movements that would feel good in your body. Maybe circling out the head, the ribs, the pelvis. If you have sensitive wrists, maybe play with flipping the fingertips in a few different directions. Continuing to breathe. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Next inhale, coming back through a neutral tabletop. Untucking the left toes and extending the right foot out back and behind. Toes are tucked on the mat, giving a little rock forwards and back. And then coming through stillness, pivoting that left foot off to the left side, rotating the right foot flat onto the mat. We'll inhale, right arm towards the sky for this modified side plank. Really tucking the hips under so the tailbone extends long, grounding through that left palm. Continuing to breathe. Either staying here or inhaling that right leg up. Beginning to engage some of the muscles in the glutes, working the core a bit more. Inhaling, growing nice and long here, and with the exhale, lowering that foot to hover. Twice more like that. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lower. We'll inhale that right leg back up. Holding here for the exhale. One more inhale here, and with the exhale, we'll lower everything down. Planting through both palms, we'll inhale that left knee in towards the chest, and exhale it to lower. So waking up the core a bit more. Inhale, lifting, hugging everything in. Exhale, lower. Twice more. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Lowering everything down, coming back to a tabletop. We'll take 1 round of cat and cow here. Inhale, dropping the belly, the face lifts. Exhale, curving through the spine. Coming back through neutral, we'll take that same thing on the left, so extending that left foot out back and behind, giving a little rock forwards and back. Then coming through to stillness, rotating that right foot off to the right side, pivoting the left foot flat, grounding through the right hand. Inhale, left arm up, modified side plank. And again, hips are tucked under so the tailbone can be nice and long. Keeping the shoulders down the spine so that the heart can continue to expand and open towards the ceiling. Either staying here or inhaling that left leg up. And again, we'll move here, so inhaling, maybe lifting 1 more inch, and with the exhale, lowering that left foot to hover. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lifting everything back up. Ground here. 1 more inhale. With the exhale, everything lowers, coming back through center, keeping the left toes tucked. We'll inhale that right knee towards the heart, and exhale, lowering it down. Again, waking up the core. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, lower. Coming back through neutral tabletop. One more round of cat and cow here. Inhale as the belly drops. And exhale, curving, gazing inwards. Coming back through tabletop, walking the hands forward a step, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, lifting the knees, coming into our first Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Taking any little movements that you need here. If you keep a nice bend in your knees, you'll have more room in your hamstrings and your low back. Really pressing through the thumb and the pointer finger to take weight out of the wrists. And shoulders are rolled down the back, rolling inwards, so that the front of the elbows can begin to spiral outwards, or spiral forwards rather. The next inhale, we'll lift onto the toes, gazing between the hands, taking lots of little steps up towards the top of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Again, option to keep a nice bend in the knees, shaking the head yes and no. Grounding through all corners of the feet. We'll roll one vertebrae at a time all the way up to standing. Arms circle out and overhead. And exhale, bringing them through heart center to Tadasana. Inhale, circling the arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the thighs, shins, or the mat. Spine is nice and long. Exhale, planting the hands down, stepping that left foot back, lowering that left knee, Anjalayasana. Tucking those right toes under, planting the hands, stepping back, high plank. Taking one inhale here, with the exhale, shifting the weight forward, dropping the knees, the chest and the chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana, baby cobra, elbows really hugging back, little to no weight in the hands, lowering down with the exhale. Plugging into the hands, we'll make our way back to that downward facing dog. One breath here, just using this sequence to build some more heat in the body. Next inhale, lifting onto the toes. With the exhale, making your way however you'd like to the top of the mat. Maybe you hop, maybe you handstand, walk, whatever you need. Grounding through the feet, rolling through the spine, all the way to standing. With the exhale, hands come through heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms circle out and above the head. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, right foot steps back, this time dropping that right knee, Anjalayasana. Heart is open and expansive, spine is long. Tucking those right toes, lifting that right knee, stepping back, high plank. One inhale here. With the exhale, shifting the weight forward, lowering the knees, chest and the chin. Inhale, heart slides forward, Bhujangasana. Inner thighs spiral towards the sky. Lowering down, pressing through the hands, maybe lifting through a high plank this time, and hips lift you up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll take 2 breaths here this time, one for the right side and one for the left side. Next inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg lifts towards the sky.
Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Pause here, breathe, maybe circling out the hip or the ankle. Inhale, three-legged dog, squaring off the hips. Exhale, knee to nose, cat-like with the back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, cross body, right knee, left elbow. Once more, inhale, right leg towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, hold here for the inhale. And exhale, planting that right foot between the hands. Grounding here through the feet, using the strength of the pelvic floor and the inner thighs. Inhale, arms lift, crescent lunge. Settling here. We'll inhale, grow nice and long here, and with the exhale, we'll take a twist. Left hand forward, right hand back. The next inhale, looking forward, really getting light on those left toes. We'll spring forward, right elbow to the left knee, hugging everything in, and then lowering that foot down, coming through chair pose. Inhale, left knee again towards the heart, and this time with the exhale, taking it out and around for a warrior two. Mahabir Bhadrasana, so settling here, maybe taking a check-in with those hips, that they're both pointing, both hip bones are pointing towards the side. Energy through the fingertips. We'll inhale, reversing the palms, straightening through that right leg, reverse triangle. And lifting back up through center, sending the fingertips forward as far as you can, and then lowering down for triangle, trikonasana. Option here to take the hand to that shin. If it reaches towards the ground, you can lower it there, or if you have a yoga block, you can place your hand there. But you can imagine that we're standing against a wall. And so our whole back side of our body is pressed against the wall, so we really want to make sure that our hips are tucked under so that they're in line with the rest of our spine here. Maybe staying here, or maybe building even more fire through those obliques, lifting that right hand off the leg. Then we'll lift all the way back up through reverse warrior. And then exhale, cartwheeling the hands down, sending that right leg back up, three-legged dog. And with the exhale, right toes meet the left, pivoting the heels towards the right side, toes face the left side, sinking the hips back towards the heels, left arm extending back. Inhale, side plank, grounding through that right palm, that right big toe. One more inhale here. With the exhale, hands plant down, left leg towards the sky, this time three-legged dog. With the exhale, Ekapada, Chaturanga, lowering halfway, elbows hugged in. Inhale, upward facing or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, 2 breaths here. Next, inhale, left leg lifts towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, pause and breathe. Again, maybe circling the hip or the ankle. Inhale, three-legged dog, hips are square. Exhale, knee to nose, hug everything in. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Heel squeezes towards the glutes. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Can you hug it in even closer? Hold here for the inhale. Exhale, left foot plants between the hands. Gathering the strength of the inner thighs. We'll inhale, arms lift, crescent lunge. Settle here. Low back is long. Inhale, grow nice and tall through the fingers, and with the exhale, we'll take a twist, right hand forward, left hand back. Continue to breathe. Getting nice and light on those right toes, we'll spring forward, top of the mat, right knee, left elbow, grounding through that left foot. Then we'll set that right foot down, sending the hips back, Utkatasana or chair pose. We'll inhale again, right knee towards the heart for stork. Circling that right knee out and around, setting it back nice and gently, warrior two. Pausing here, getting nice and strong in this foundation. Straightening up through that left leg, reverse triangle, left arm up and overhead. Lifting back through center, sending the hips back, fingertips forward, and then lowering down for triangle, trikonasana. Heart continues to spiral towards the sky. Tailbone is long. And we're not dumping into this left hand, but rather we're using the strength of our core to help support us here. So maybe you can play with removing that left hand from the leg or the yoga block. And really using the core here to lift all the way back up through reverse warrior. And then cartwheeling the hands down, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. And with the exhale, left toes by the right, heels pivot towards the left side, tiny ball at the back of the mat. Grounding through that left hand, we'll inhale for side plank. Opening through that side body. Breathing here. And exhale, hands plant, right leg towards the sky, three-legged dog. With the exhale, ekapada or one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take 2 breaths here. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, three-legged, hips are square. Exhale, knee to nose, hold for the inhale. Exhale, right foot plants between the hands. Rotating the left toes down, we'll inhale up, warrior two, settling here. Beginning to straighten out through those right leg rather, reverse triangle. Inhaling back up through center, sending the hips back, fingertips forward. For trikonasana, option to keep the arms lifted this time, really working the core. Inhale, back up, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands down, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. With the exhale, rotating that left foot flat, sending that right leg through. We're coming into fallen triangle. Inhale, hips lift, grounding through that left foot and right hand. Really spiraling the heart skywards. And continue to breathe. Planting both hands down, lifting the hips through downward facing dog just so that you can rotate the heels the opposite direction. Right hand extending back, tiny ball. Inhale, revolved side plank, option to lift that left knee towards the heart. One more inhale here, and with the exhale, both hand plants, keeping the left foot lifted. We'll come into a wild thing. Left foot plants behind, hips lower down. We'll inhale, lifting our up, heart opens. And then ever so slowly, can you lift back into your downward facing dog, left leg towards the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, Ekapada, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Next inhale, left leg lifts towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold for the inhale. Can you squeeze that knee even closer towards the nose? Exhale, left foot lowers. Rotating that right foot flat. We'll inhale up. Warrior 2, settling here. Stable and strong. We'll inhale, reverse triangle. And lifting back through center for trikonasana. Again, option to keep both hands lifted, really working the obliques. Heart continues to spiral towards the sky. Inhaling back up through reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands down. 3-legged dog, left leg lifts. Sending the left foot through. Lowering the hips down for fallen triangle. Inhale, lifting here, grounding through that left hand and both feet. Continue to breathe. Then lowering both hands down, lifting the hips through downward facing dog, just so that we can spiral the heels the other way. Left hand extending backwards, tiny ball. Inhale, revolved side plank, right knee towards the heart. Lowering both hands down, flipping over, coming into that wild thing. Inhale, hips lift, heart expands. And then moving ever so slowly back into that downward facing dog. Right leg towards the sky. Then taking your Ekapada Chaturanga. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths here. Next inhale, rolling forward to high plank. Exhale, lowering the knees at the same time, untucking the toes. Swinging the legs around, we'll come into Janu Shirshasana. So keeping the right leg extended long, left foot bends, or left leg bends rather. We'll inhale, grow nice and tall here. And then rotating the belly onto that right thigh, we'll begin to extend the heart forwards and then lower down. So we're still working a little bit into the side body by rotating and twisting the belly and the torso onto that right leg. Continue to breathe wherever you land. Next inhale, we'll come back through seated. With the exhale, we'll swap legs. Left leg extended long, right leg bending. Inhale, arms extending, and then again rotating the torso onto that left thigh, and then we'll begin to lower down. Letting the breath return to normal, letting the heartbeat slow down. Next inhale, we'll come back through center. With the exhale, we'll begin making our way onto our backs. So lowering all the way down, knees hugging in, maybe giving a little rock from side to side, massaging out the low back. Then taking the arms out to a T, knees stay hugged in. We'll come to a gentle spinal twist. So letting both knees fall towards the right. Option to keep the gaze towards the sky, or maybe letting it fall towards that left hand. We really want to keep the left shoulder blade glued onto the yoga mat here to let the heart and the armpit continue to unravel. Inhale, bringing the knees back up through center. With the exhale, letting them fall towards the left. Again, maybe you take the gaze towards the right hand. Next inhale, knees come back through center. With the exhale, taking one final little rock side to side. Next inhale, forehead lifts towards the knees, squeezing everything in, giving yourself one final hug here. Pausing, holding the breath once you get to the top of your inhale. Squeezing every last bit of energy out here. When you can no longer hold your breath, letting it go with an exhale, coming into final Shavasana, final resting pose. Taking whatever little adjustments you may need to let your body get as comfortable as possible. Final Shavasana is perhaps one of the most important parts of this physical practice. Gives our body time to rest and to integrate everything that we do on the yoga mat. That carries us forward to how we move through life off of the yoga mat. Closing down your eyes or softening your gaze if you haven't done so already. I invite you to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like or as long as you need. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope to practice with you again soon.